All right. Question of the week. Anime question of the week.
I like this. I like when you give me anime. I'm always bringing them up. I like when you do it. Yay!
Shut up. Why, guys?
Let's go.
Anime question of the week. So this is going to be. Let me prelude with non-big three anime. I know I'm the one with the problem.
Like I do you.
I'm the one with the problem. I understand that. I just want to prelude it with non-big three edition.
Okay.
So give me top three, top two. Doesn't have to be three, maybe two, if you can only think of two. Unjumpable characters in anime. Like who's unjumpable?
Unjumpable.
Kirito. And why? Why is he unjumpable?
Because feats, bro. And not feats as in like no. Yeah, because he throw it like just so in my mind, when I'm talking about unjumpable, have I seen them get attempted, or have I seen an attempt to jump them and have they survived and or won, or just survived it?
Yeah, exactly.
Kirito has been, that nigga's been getting jumped since day one. Because his whole shtick is solo playing. So he's always getting jumped and he's always winning. Like he's constantly winning. Okay. So Kirito is the first thing that came to mind for that one. Unjumpable, non-big three.
Obviously I have to say non-big three because Madara, that's a clear choice.
Yeah, that would have been my first. Honestly, that was my first guess. I want to say, well, I haven't seen it though. Well, I kind of have, but I was gonna say Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise.
Gabimaru.
But like, I kind of seen it because like that first scene where all the prisoners were like going at it, niggas was trying to come after him, and he was just like,
chilling.
It's like, that's not really a cop out. We haven't seen enough, I would say. So let me backtrack on Gabimaru. Well, I know from the episodes that are coming up because I've read ahead in the manga. Fucking Solo Leveling. How did I forget his name already?
Jinwoo.
Jinwoo. Can't get jumped.
No,
they try to jump his ass.
Jumping Jinwoo.
They ain't work.
Trust me, you'll know soon enough.
I'm gonna pull one out the woodwork. A lot of people, we haven't talked about this anime a lot. Maki and Soul from Soul Eater. Because they're two. Because Soul's her weapon, so you gotta add them both in there. But they've definitely tried to get jumped before, and it ain't worked.
Speak on it. What's the biggest time they got jumped and they just said, nah, they ain't working on us?
Let's see. So there were some Keishins in one of the dungeons they went to. Keishins are like demons, demons, whatever. Actually, nah, I'm a backtrack. Still same anime, but I've seen him get Death the Kid and his two pistols that he shoots.
Oh yeah, he lit.
Because he is the solo player, the solo adventurer, and he goes into dungeons with his little skateboard, and he just be like, getting them. Like he be on some Equilibrium type shit. So same anime. They all three of the three main character squads in there, like Tsubaki and Blackstar, and Maki and Soul and Death the Kid and his girls or whatever, all three of them have been like jumped before and they've survived successfully. But out of all three of them, Death the Kid is on that fuck shit. Like
non-anime, you actually missed one right behind you. Aang. Aang stays working dudes.
But he's like an escape. We talked about this before, and I agreed to it. He's an escape artist.
Yeah, of course.
He's an escape artist.
He's unjumpable though.
Who can't? Yeah, I guess
ain't nobody jumping Aang.
Winning or running away successfly is the same thing. He won regardless. So that
escape artist. That's me on Call of Duty. Escape artist.
Fucking Benny Amaru from Fire Force. That boy puts in the work.
When he was working with Arthur and fucking what's the old boy name?
Shinra. Yeah. Working them.
Ain't no jumping.
I like this. We want to talk about jumping. Fucking Levi from Attack on Titan when the dude, his homeboy, came back and was like, can I?
Oh yeah, when he sent the whole squad after him.
Yeah, that boy was fucking them up.
Oh, yeah, that was the first time we saw like actual human versus human in Attack on Titan too.
That was a good switch up in that show. In that show, that was a really good switch up because all we saw was Titans and humans, but now we're actually getting to see some like infighting. That was like the first ever like infighting scene I think we ever got. But the fact that you asked me that question, like, made me really thinking, like, damn, there's other characters that I've liked that have gotten jump and they fucking got their ass beat. like, I'm like, damn, did they suck? Are they like, are they
Question mark?
who Otakuans, welcome back to another beautiful night.
Day in the neighborhood? Like, where we going?
Yeah, night. Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right. So we're going to hop into our news like we always do. But before we do that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, good or bad. We don't care. Yes, I'm anime only. I've said it multiple times.
Yes,
I mean,
we'll come at you and tell you to enjoy our
like,
content.
They're like, come on, bro. Just like and subscribe. That's all you got to do. We take the hate comments. We don't care. We don't care. Help the algorithm, bro. Help the algorithm. Anyways, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future episodes. But today, like I said, we're going to get into the news real quick. And then, David, I got some hot takes for that ass. Some hot takes. Don't pause it. No, don't pause. Just keep
pause.
it moving.
Keep moving.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Yeah,
Right,
okay. So, first, for news, Solo Leveling episode 8 has been delayed, and there's no reason for it being delayed. If this is the fucking culture we're getting into,
and it's okay,
I'm upset.
Mappa.
What are we doing?
No, Mappa would never.
Get back to work, you slaves. I mean,
I don't know. This isn't Power World. We're not playing Power World right now. We're back.
Can you please? Your PTO has been denied. Get back to work.
No reason at all. Like I haven't
seen.
Go down the rabbit hole.
I tried to do some digging, and I haven't seen any reason so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, like just animate the shit and then go on lunch or something. I don't know what to tell you. But episode 8 has been delayed, unfortunately. I'm still like, I think 2 episodes behind, so at least I'll get 2 solid episodes out of it. All right, moving on. So, Haikyuu, the movie. I know we don't do sports animes around here. However, it beat Demon Slayer, the Hashira movie, in the box office. Surprising?
I'm not surprised.
Really? You're not surprised?
Because think about it. Demon Slayer movie is just the end of the last arc with the first few episodes of the new.
It's the Hashira training arc movie.
Yeah, but that's how they do it. They do the last few episodes of the last arc, and then they just get the first few episodes of the new arc, and they make a movie. So
they know that.
Oh, they know that. They know that. And the Haikyuu movie is a movie. It's a legit movie, and Haikyuu is very popular. I mean, obviously we don't watch sports anime, but for the people who do watch sports anime, it's super popular, like Blue Lock level popular. So I can definitely understand if it got more. It got more popular in the movie theaters. That's something that we can just watch on it when it finally hits the season, though. Anyway, so
yeah, I can see that. Okay. Speaking of the Demon Slayer movie, this has been out for a week or so, and I know. Episode have been a little sporadic, but just to bring it up in case y'all didn't know, and y'all are Demon Slayer fans and your kids are, the movie is not rated for kids. It's rated for 18 plus. That was a little topic that came out. I don't know what they about to put in that motherfucker to make it 18 plus, but it's apparently rated R. So rated R Demon Slayer movie. I don't.
Well, we about to be in the living room at 12 o'clock in the morning with all the lights out. Watching.
I've seen it all.
Come on, Mitsuri.
Mitsuri, yeah. You already knew what I was about to say. You already knew what I was about to say. Mitsuri be running. She'd be like slanging, and then a little titty pop out or something. I don't know what's about to be in. Why is this shonen? Yeah, why is this shonen that's made for like 10, 12-year-olds a rated R movie?
I mean, look at like the direction of anime, like fan service. Maybe they're going to add so much fan service to it that they gotta recognize that this isn't for kids. You know, Japan, they do their content differently. Their norm is not our norm. So here, they're like, we don't do shit like this. So rated R, it is what it is.
Legal drinking.
Question:
Isn't it legal drinking age
all over, or is it just rated R in America?
So far I've only seen America.
Okay, in America. So yeah, that makes sense. We just deem it too like nudity. We say nudity when it's like breasts.
Either that or it's grotesque, like it's gory, like it's gonna be bloody. But it's the Hashira training arc, so I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, and the last few episodes of the last arc were Mitsuri and what's the Mist Hashira's name? I forgot what his name is already. but them fighting the upper seven. So I'm like, or
I'm
four,
I'm
excuse
I'm,
me.
I'm really not. I'm not seeing
Yeah,
why.
I'm not seeing gore like
I
that
mean,
much
I'm gonna
gore,
watch it
and
and
it's
I'm
a
gonna see
train,
it.
and
I'll
it's a
let y'all know.
training arc. So it's like, what's I know that in the movie because I've seen the little clips on TikTok
Mm.
that Genkin, the one with all the scars on his body or whatever. I may be saying that name completely wrong, and you can call me out in the comments. Just comment down below. But he chased the demon into the Infinity Castle,
Mm-hmm.
so I know they get there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure by the end of the movie. So maybe I don't know, bro. Who are we? Who are we in the world of
We'll
anime
see it. We'll see,
audiences?
and then I'll let
Yeah.
you all know, Takuans, why is rated R.
All right, moving on. So, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 was rated the most pirated anime of 2023.
Facts. We in here, guys. Hey, this is our award. This is what we've been working for. Everyone was like, "Hey, why don't you just watch it on these
Hey,
certified platforms?" Why?
I'm
We
gonna
are
just say,
working towards something.
Crunchyroll.
This is it. Hey,
This your
Crunchyroll,
fault.
your
This your
days are
fault.
numbered.
This your fault,
Listen, your days are numbered. Relax. It's gonna be
bro.
over
This your
soon.
fault.
It's gonna
I've
be
been trying
over
to tell you,
real soon.
Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll don't listen
Don't
because
forget
then
your
when
prices.
when nine anime
Hey,
becomes a streaming
yeah,
platform,
yeah.
look,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's known. They just changed the name.
They got like 10 different
They got
platforms
10 different names.
on rotation.
Anyways, all right. So I don't know if you've watched this show. I tried to watch the first couple episodes of it. I didn't really get quite into it, but Black Butler, the new trailer dropped for the new season. I know the synopsis a little bit, but it's been out for quite a while. I don't know if you've ever watched that show or not, but
No, I've actually never watched Black Butler before. I mean, I've heard like it's good. And don't get me wrong.
so
I'm
have
not
I.
saying it's not good. It's just I personally haven't started it to say much on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I tried to watch the first few episodes and it looked kind of boring to me, but people were telling me it's good. So I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. All right. So next,
Mhm.
so Naruto is doing a Croc collab. So Crocs, Naruto, I'm gonna get the
Hey,
motherfucker.
I fuck with Crocs.
You know,
I'll check them out.
the Crocs I've been trying to find that are actually super rare. Side note, the Boba Fett limited edition Crocs that they came out when the Boba Fett series dropped on Disney Plus.
Really?
There's Boba Fett Crocs that they don't sell anymore, and I've been trying to find them, but those would be lit because I'm wearing with them socks you owe me.
I was just about to say they you go would go hard with the socks with the Boba Fett socks.
That's why
Hold
I'm
on,
about to get
let me
them,
check those
motherfucker.
out real quick. You said Boba Fett Crocs?
So next, actually, speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen, even though we kind of spoke of Jujutsu Kaisen earlier, the Jujutsu Kaisen game set the world record for the highest or the most amount of refunds in a short period of time.
Mm.
So they 100,000 refunds from the video game in 4 days.
Didn't that thing just come out like only a few weeks ago?
4 days ago.
Was it trash?
Uh,
Like how trash does
apparently,
it have to be? Like
apparently, most anime video games it's not good, bro. We've talked about this
no.
before, but they're just not good.
Not an anime. I mean, it's an anime now, but it was a video game first. Cyberpunk. So remember when
Yeah,
the Cyberpunk
Cyberpunk was
game
great.
originally dropped? Like it was bad with
Well, the
graphics.
servers were terrible.
Yeah, the servers were bad, the graphics were bad. A
Yeah.
lot of people were refunding it, and you're now saying JJK had a
JJK
higher
is worse.
refund
JJK
rate.
set the world record, bro.
Oh
The
my
world record.
word! They're like, this must be Naruto with a new costume. Like this is not
Yeah,
it.
this. Hey, but Ninja Storm be going hard though. Um, last on the news, a little celebrity news, but still anime news.
Mm.
So Channing Tatum, we all know Channing Tatum, Magic Mike. Him and his daughter.
Wait, pause.
What?
Is that the
What?
only role you
What?
know of Channing Tatum?
Well, I'm sorry,
He
dear
has
John,
so many other
dear,
roles.
dear
Magic
John.
Mike.
Um, him and his daughter pulled up to the Hashira Training Arc movie in New York City in
Mm.
cosplay. Channing Tatum wore the Tanjiro outfit, and his daughter wore the Shinobu outfit. It was pretty cool. It
Hey,
looked pretty dope.
nice.
I like when celebrities, like, not because they're not people like us, but like ones you didn't really think would be into that, but then people could also look at us, and unless they knew us, they wouldn't really probably think we were into it either. But like, because I always get that, like, you like anime, and I'm like, no, bro, I just sit in a fucking corner and watch cartoons all day. Like, what the fuck?
I'm just sitting in
But
my trucks doing this for no reason.
yeah,
No.
I do like to see when celebrities that I think are pretty cool, or I haven't heard any bad stories about him, at least, do shit like that. I think it's like Henry Cavill is like a big Warhammer 40K kind of guy. He likes nerd shit. He builds his own PCs. Like, I mean, he got money to do that shit, but it's pretty cool. Like, millionaires are still like, I'm still watching Demon Slayer, bro. Like, I'm going to the movies. I'm watching Demon Slayer. So,
Lean.
but that was the last. I think it was pretty cool. So, all right, hot take time. Hot take time. Hot take time. These some of these are a little simple. Some of these are a little simple, and then it gets a little more discussion-y down the end. Okay,
A little more spicy. Okay.
yeah. So the first one is, this is a little simple. Again, like I said, it starts off pretty easy. The perfect anime does not exist. And there's synopsis. I can give you like a little background or a little, like, because there's titles for these. So this one's, I think this is pretty straightforward. It said everybody believes that the title or another perfect anime are gold standard that others must follow. While some animes are written, animated, or resonate with viewers better than others, there are those who believe that perfection is subjective. In truth, even the best examples of media, they have their flaws. That doesn't make them worse or less entertainment. Perfection, and in fact, like, perfection is subjective.
Yeah,
so I guess
yeah,
it's really your opinion. It's your opinion based off of anime. However, I do agree that I have yet to see, and even thinking about one of my favorite animes of all time, Iron Blood Orphans, right, where I can watch that show a million times a day, every single day. Like, I still think, even though they wrapped up the show pretty well, I still wanted more, which means it wasn't perfect to me. You know what I'm saying?
I think that means it was perfect. If you want more of it, not because it just left so much unsaid.
Oh, that is short.
I mean, it would depend on if you want more because it just left so much unsaid, and you're like, I need to know more, or it's that was so good, I want more of it.
Actually, I think not that they want more of it. I think that they could have dragged it out, like, at least for another season. I think they could have got another season out of it.
They need to.
It depends on how that season would have went.
Honestly,
because then I wouldn't have been saying the same thing.
I think it is. I think it's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
It's at the beginning to end, 2 seasons. Beginning of the story, here are the people that you must follow. You fell in love with these people, and this is how those people died. Yeah. I think it was perfect. Honestly, I think I agree. One, perfect is subjective. It depends on what you're looking for. There's some people who probably think Blue Lock is a perfect anime. Haikyuu is a perfect anime. True, Spy Family is a perfect anime. It's really what you're looking for in anime. If you're just there to see something cute, something that make a feel good anime, Spy Family might be the perfect anime for you. If you want to see people throw hands and scream at each other all day, DBZ might be the perfect anime for you. I think there is a such thing as a perfect anime. It's just what's perfect for you isn't going to be perfect for me. Except for Iron Blood Orphans. I think that shit was perfect. And I think I think you love it too. So that one we can agree on.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one, the third Hokage was a bad leader. And it says, pretty much to emphasize that he was depicted as a wise and old shinobi that led the village, but some of his flaws or some of his characteristics ranged from allowing the village to ostracize and mistreat Naruto, which is one everybody talks about already, but also turning a blind eye to Danzo's actions, and then pretty much not taking care of the affairs of the village and choosing to stay out of the things that were corrupting his own village because he was kind of forced back into the role as Hokage. So I think they're essentially saying he was probably good when he was younger as a Hokage, but then when he got forced back into it after Minato's death, he was a terrible leader.
Wasn't he the Hokage during the massacre?
The Uchiha slaughter?
Yeah. And that was the first time.
Yeah, that's when that's turning a blind eye to Danzo's actions.
I mean, not just the massacre, but the treatment of the Uchiha as a whole. Like Danzo didn't have anything to do with that. That's the village. And the village
it was the council. It was the council, and then allowing Danzo to go do that kind of shit. Yeah, because Danzo was the one that sent the orders to go for Itachi to slaughter the Uchiha clan. I
mean, I'm talking about the segregation of the Uchiha. I'm not meaning just the massacre and just what happened. I mean, just the segregation, the fact that they had to live in this part of the village,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the jobs that they were allowed to do, and everyone saw it as the Uchiha and then the residents of the Leaf. I agree. The third was a bad Hokage before and after he was asked to come back. I
Well, I
understand
think
so much
the
happened.
segregation happened. So the big point of segregation happened from Toby Rama, the second
Oh, of
Hokage.
course.
He's the one that created the Leaf Police and then put them outside the village.
Yeah.
But the continued
The
segregation
continued segregation. Yeah.
and oppression of them was
Turning on new
100%.
Leaf. He could have
Hiruzen's,
definitely, and especially, like, I understand that we know so little, like, we know stuff, but we know so little about the reign of the first and the second. We know so much about what happened during the third. There was so much time between young third and old third that you just let it stay as it was. You didn't make things better. You actually were part of the problem.
I'm pretty sure he was the longest standing Hokage. I think in history he's been the longest standing Hokage.
Yeah, that would make sense because
Yeah,
first and second were like teenagers and then adults.
Well, they got killed. Yeah, and they got killed almost immediately. Toby Rama sacrificed himself. Or not Toby Rama. Hashirama fucking died, and then Toby Rama became Hokage. Died almost like within a few years, and then he was like 20 years old. Hiruzen was 20 years old when he made it, and then he became an old ass man before he let the reins go to Minato. And then Minato died the day he became Hokage, and then
Was
obviously,
Was it the same day?
It was the same exact day. Same day as, well, the day after his coronation, excuse me. Actually, it was the day after his coronation because he had the jacket. He had his robe, and that's when he went to go fight the Nine Tails. So, and then Hiruzen again, and then it went downhill from there. Like,
yeah, the third, he was the worst. Worst Hokage?
Tsunade. She let them little kids go out on these fucking S-class missions.
She
and
did
only the plot
No.
was the only thing that kept them alive. She gave us the Sasuke retrieval arc though.
I mean,
that was probably the best arc in Naruto history.
I think Tsunade might have been a slightly better Hokage in her small little reign, and now she's a Hokage advisor.
I think what really hurts Hiruzen's image for being bad Hokage wasn't anything else he did except for the way he allowed Naruto to be treated and how he treated Naruto like indirectly. I think that's what really highlights him as the bad Hokage, because he said he promised to take care of him.
Yeah.
But this boy had this 10-year-old kid had sour milk and no food in his apartment. Like he had a crib. Like that
nigga had milk. What do you mean? Like it got old. Milk get old.
Lumpy milk. Like he not taking care of him. He let Naruto be fucking bullied and shit.
He
like
gave Naruto money on the first, not the first and the 15th. So if it was like the 27th,
he said, here's your 50 yen. Let stretch this shit out.
Here's your 50 yen, bro. That's like $2 bucks.
Stretch this shit out, my nigga.
Stretch it out, make it last. I'll see you on the first.
No. I wouldn't get milk if I was you. Shit, fucking inflation didn't hit the village.
You better get
inflation hit the village, bro.
Yo, Hiruzen be diddy bopping as he coming to get Naruto his 50 yen. It's the first in the mind.
Just throws it at it. Naruto opens the door. He's like, "Here, nigga, have fun with this shit.
Don't spit it all in one place, nigga."
slams his own door in his face.
Yo, Hiruzen's a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit. All right, agreed. The Fate series is overly complicated. Now I want to talk about this. Yes and no. And the reason why I say that is because is because people who think it's overly complicated don't like it enough to actually care about, I wouldn't say not really care, but don't like it enough to pay attention to put the pieces together. Because it is a show quite literally about time traveling and going to other universes. So the show Fate has a lot of shows. 100%, they have a lot of different shows, but if you like it enough, like I love Fate, if you like it enough, just like the Gundam series, right? How people say Gundam is overly complicated as well. If you like it enough to pay attention and understand what's really going on, then it's easy to understand, if that makes sense. So I think, yes, it's overcomplicated for people who just want to enjoy the show and just like watch it casually, but the people who really really like the show, like me, and like want to learn about the universe and what's going on, it's not that hard to understand, because you're actually, people learn what they want to learn. People learn what they read books they want to read. They're not going to learn something they don't want to learn about. So it's kind of like when I'm watching like animes about combat, and then all of a sudden it goes to like kingdoms, and like different kingdoms are going against this kingdom, and this person's uprising against this person. It gets political, and I'm not expecting that. I'm confused because I don't care about that shit. But with Fate, I understand what's going on because I want to understand what's going on, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely get what you mean. But if you don't pay attention and you don't follow it, and you don't try to make the concerted effort to know what's going on, then yes, it's complicated. I can see where the person's coming from, but I definitely understand that it's not hard to get if you're just paying attention.
I don't think it's overly complicated. I think it's complicated for a reason, because the whole idea of this show is that people keep going back in time to fix something, and then they keep fucking something up. And then the next people die, like the next generation dies, and then the people next to them have to go back to unfuck the thing that they fucked up, and then they end up fucking something up. And it's a whole circle. It's like an Ouroboros. It's just a snake eating its tail. So I get what they're saying. Okay, so the next one might be straightforward. We've talked about it a little bit, but not all CG anime is bad. I disagree. I think all CG animation is ass. CG, like yeah, that like weird, like blocky shit that yeah, that weird blocky anime that I always talk about whenever the show will be in 2D, and then all of a sudden when the fights start, it gets all weird and blocky. Essentially, their response to this is people call CG a downgrade in animation, but as technology advances, CG animation quality has gotten better, become more of a strength. The technology has gotten to a point where titles can be completely in CG, but also take influences from 2D animation and look good. I like their example is I think Beastars, like that's the picture they have up here. So Beastars, I don't CG animation is ass, just like the
Beastars?
When the
CGI.
But they did the what's it called? The 7 Deadly Sins movie, like that. The part 1 and part 2.
Trash. Yeah, that's trash.
Absolute trash.
If Beastars is CG, Beastars animation isn't bad. I just don't like the plot. It's furries, so
I don't like CG animation at all.
Is
I
that
think
new Vash the Stampede?
Yes.
That's CG.
Yes.
I don't think all CG is bad then. I
think
came into it not liking how it looks, but as I got into the story, like it worked for the story and for how they animated all the scenes. Like it didn't like start, stop. Like I hate when that happens. Like it was consistent and it looked good of what it was. So there's a difference. There's a difference for me accepting it and just moving on and actually liking it. So if I don't like it, but I can just move past it and just enjoy the story, like Bash the Stampede or Trigun Stampede, then I think it's still bad. I would rather it be in another animation format, but just because the story's good doesn't mean I like the animation. You know what I'm saying? So I could compartmentalize though.
Yeah, I did. That's what I did.
So the whole thing is good then?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Just because the plot's good doesn't mean the animation's good. Just because the animation's good doesn't mean the plot's good. No.
Overall, no. I actually like Trigun Stampede. Like I
I'd only put Trigun Stampede at a 6 out of 10 only because of its animation.
Because of the animation, 6 out of 10.
Because of the animation. Because the story makes up for it.
I understand that. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because of its animation. Because again, the story makes up for it. But I didn't hate the animation that bad. So
okay.
I guess 9 times out of 10, yeah. CG animation, bleh. But that is a 1 time out of 10 where it can actually be pretty decent. I think Stampede is that 1 time.
All right, so the next one we got is Demon Slayer isn't original. I feel like feel like we've talked about this before. How the tropes and shit. This essentially their argument is that one of the most popular shonen titles. They argue that the series is overrated with a generic plot and generic writing, which is not untrue. Demon Slayer presentation and animations are rightfully praised, but story-wise, it does leave into some heavily familiar tropes, such as plot armor, and its world building can sometimes be sparse and leave much to be desired. While this doesn't make it a bad anime, it's far point to say that the series does not have weaknesses in storytelling. Now, I didn't read the full description of this when I had this up. I don't agree when there's talking about weaknesses in storytelling making a show unoriginal.
Yeah,
a show can be a
part where it's unoriginal.
A show can be original and still have a bad story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think. I'd say that it's it's unoriginal for being a shonen. Most shonens copy and paste each other. That's what shonen is, just in different format. But I think it's a very good. The idea of this whole Demon Slayer thing with the breathing, I think that's a great new thing. Not too many people have that. I mean, think of how many fucking isekais and how many fucking other animes have magic, have swordplay, or have this, have that. But like, I feel like their power scaling and their powers are pretty original. Yeah. I think it's pretty dope. I haven't seen, besides like Bankai's that are the only like sword power anime that I know of. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think it's anything like Bleach. So I would say it has its tropes because it's a shonen, but it's still a pretty original anime.
No, I definitely, actually, I agree. I lightly agree. When you said it kind of made me think about like, oh, actually, it does. One, it's a shonen. I agree 100%. It's a shonen. Yeah. It's going to draw on a lot of shonen tropes. Bleach is something that I feel like it heavily draws from. Now, do I believe it's unoriginal because it heavily draws from Bleach and a lot of Bleach's tropes, you know, like this undercover group that takes care of all the bad things that are happening in the world unbeknownst to the humans, but the humans are still... I get it. I get why one can say that it is unoriginal. The argument of why it's unoriginal was a terrible argument because I failed to see how that proved that it was unoriginal. I'm sure that there's an older anime or older manga that's pretty much just like Demon Story. Currently, in today, 2024, it is pretty original for what it is. Of course, it's still shonen at its bare bones, but it doesn't take away from its originality for what the other anime we're currently watching, like other than Bleach. Anime that we are currently watching, it is unlike that, and it's very simple. The simplicity of the story doesn't make it unoriginal. It's just a simple story with some really great graphics that make it a really good anime. So I don't agree with his argument, but I agree that it can be unoriginal a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one, I don't know how I feel about this one. Naruto is not an underdog. So his main topic of discussion is that the theme is talent versus hard work. However, for me, I feel like, yes, he has the hacks, right? He has Kurama, he has the chakra pool from being an Uzumaki. He's the fucking main character. The name is on the show. But I do believe he worked hard. I think he's one of the hardest workers in anime, at least shonen. So like, I do believe he has talent, but he also does hard work. But they're saying that they tried to paint him as humble beginnings into becoming Hokage, but he had the talent and he just started using it and then he stopped working hard. And so it's not really like Naruto being an underdog because he's always been stronger than everybody, which I don't agree with because he's gotten his ass whipped plenty of times. So I know he has like the times where he gets his ass whipped and he pulls out Kurama, and I get that. I already said he has the hacks, but I think he has both talent and hard work. So I don't think he's not the underdog, but I think he did come from nothing. He didn't know what he had until he fucking could actually control it. So what do you think?
Mother? He's not the underdog. I'm sorry to tell you. He's not the. I actually agree with a lot of his reasonings of why he's not the underdog. I've literally have said these reasonings, whether it's in the group, to you, to the side. he's not the underdog. Now, does it mean that he isn't a hard worker? No, he's definitely a hard worker. He's one of the hardest working motherfuckers in the whole story. He worked hard and then he stopped once he got the hacks. Naruto continued to work hard all the way to the end, to the Hokage. He's working so hard where he's not even taking care of his own son. So that's completely bullshit that he's not a hard worker. Is he not an underdog? Nah, this dude he's a reincarnation. He had the strongest tail beast out of all the 9-tailed beasts.
Look, just because I don't know, just
managed
just
to meet a guy who actually befriended his tail beast and taught him how to befriend his tail beast. Like
this would be different. This would be different for me. I would have a different answer if he wasn't the main character. You know what I'm saying? So like
that's just main character shit.
If honestly, that's main character shit.
That's just main character shit.
Like if he was not an underdog, if he was a side character and he had all these fucking hacks, right? And people were trying to be like, oh, like all he has is talent, kind of like Sasuke and Itachi. They were just talent. They just had pure and unadulterated talent, right? I'd be like, understandable. I don't think they're the underdogs because they've been clapping cheeks since day one, right? But he's the main character, and he may have had all these things, but he's the main character, so he's going to be the child of prophecy. He's going to come from the big family or whatever, but his parents died. He has sour milk. We just talked about that.
He has sour milk.
He was absolutely treated like dog shit, and he had to work hard in order to get to a place where people respected him enough to where he could actually like learn his own abilities, to where he did eventually become broken, which I understand, and I completely agree with you. No arguments there. He did become broken and start clapping everybody else, but he had to work hard enough on his own base level to get to where he had the ability to learn those techniques. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so he was still
what?
No, I was just gonna say he was still working. He was still working hard from nothing until he found out that he had something.
So here's a question then. Can we say that Naruto was the underdog?
Yes.
But by a certain point in the story, he was
at a certain point he was
no longer the underdog?
Absolutely, because he gained his he found out how to use his talent.
We can agree with that then. I would say by Shippuden, he was no longer the underdog.
He had no experience, friends, or teachers that could tell him what kind of talent he had. So he thought he was just whack. He thought he was just a little kid who couldn't do a regular shadow clone jutsu until he started realizing like, hey, I got powers, but I need people to help me. And people did help him because he started becoming famous because he's the main character. So
that's probably why I like OG Naruto better than I like Shippuden. By the time Naruto was standing on top of that lipo with his arms up talking about I'm back, he was no longer the underdog. OG Naruto was all about him being below everyone else and still coming out on top. But Shippuden, he was always on top. We just wanted to see him flex.
Well, one of the biggest shonen tropes for early 2000s, late 90s shonens were that the MC had to work hard and they either became broken, but we didn't have like isekais, like things like that where you just were automatically broken. The whole point of, and I believe like shonen in general for us when we were growing up, was to teach us something. We've talked about it on the pod before where like animes teach you like what can it teach you as a kid and this and that, and should it be teaching kids like certain things. And those like One Piece, Naruto, even Bleach and some other like older shonens, the whole point of it was to teach kids like you need to work hard for what you got. You know what I'm saying? You need to work hard to keep it, work hard to get better, work hard for this. And then when Shippuden came out and now the new era of anime starting, it's kind of like all about just being broken. That's all it is. So I think that's where the transition kind of changed. Facts. All right, last two. So Fairy Tail overuses the power of friendship.
Yes.
Glad we agree.
I mean, is there a need to discuss?
However, I do want to watch it. Not that I haven't watched it because I can't agree with it if I haven't watched it.
I've watched said this to you already. I did this.
I know.
I was in your shoes. I said I gotta watch it. I know. Without that.
I know. But I've watched it quite a bit. I've watched a little bit of it.
Oh, you have? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't. I blew it off. I started One Piece, and then obviously continuing with the seasons, like because it's like not Rurouni Kenshin. Gintama. It's like you gotta like commit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you gotta commit to that shit. And I just there's other shit I can commit to that's more worth my time than Fairy Tail. So it's kind of hard to like, you know.
Though I think they said this might even be a news. I think you may have even said it yourself, but Fairy Tail is supposed to be coming with the 1,000-year war or 1,000-year something. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's supposed to be coming out with an anime. I actually plan on watching that. People say that Fairy Tail 1,000-year quest. People say that that's really good. Like it's its own. Think of what Shippuden is in anime. So it's like a separate from Naruto. It is separate from Fairy Tail, even in the mangas. So
it's like I'm assuming it's like a time jump.
It's like I think maybe 1,000 years later.
Well, I mean, let's hope. All right, the last one. We kind of talked about this a little bit. So dubs can be just as good as subs. Now,
speak on it.
Now, we've talked about this before. I have watched a lot of dubs only because I got the little children running around. I'm constantly downstairs with the kids, shit like that. And so whenever animes come out and they're in dub, I can throw it on and still like know what's going on, even though I'm doing other things. That doesn't necessarily mean that's always what I want to do, but also when I'm tired, I don't really like reading subtitles when I'm tired. So if I can watch a dub laying on my couch late at night, I'm gonna put a dub on. However, I do think that there are some like scenes in animes, not necessarily the whole anime, but there's some scenes in anime where the sub is better or the dub is better. Now to talk about the anime in general, I think that One Piece dub is better than sub. That may be a hot take. I maybe have added a new hot take, but that's the One Piece. I think One Piece dub is better. I think their English voices are better than their Japanese voices. That's just my personal opinion.
That's a take.
But
that's a crazy
that is a take. That's a take, right?
Okay.
But here's the thing. I started it on dub, and so maybe I think as I got used to their voices, but whenever I switched over to Japanese, they just didn't sound like them anymore. Like how Frankie's voice changed like dramatically. It went from like yeah, brother to like like
it is different.
It went to this like
different.
You know what I'm saying? But there's certain scenes though in anime that are better in one or the other. Like what's it called? Commander Irwin's speech in Attack on Titan, for example. People have been arguing for years that it's better sub or better dub. I think it's better sub. It just sounds like it's such deep guttural Japanese that it just sounds so good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Madara's speech in Japanese sounds so much better. Pain's speech, Pain's speech sounds so much better in. So it's funny because Pain's speech sounds so much better in dub, but his jutsu sound better in Japanese. So it's like when he's like almighty push, I think that sounds stupid, but when he's like Shinra Tensei, like that sounds like actually some emotions put forward in that. But his speech itself was better in English. It doesn't make sense. So I think it chops up. So I think you got to chop it up a little bit for that. I know you're a big sub guy. I mean, you sell the high seas on the internet, so.
You're going to be surprised with my answer. I actually think I agree with this because the wording. I'm pretty sure you said that it said that some dub can be as good as sub. So it can be. There are notable animes that have dubs that are as good, if not better, than the sub version of that anime. Now, is this consistent in all animes? No. I like you said, I prefer sub. I'm a sub watcher over a dub. There are times where I'll watch the dub. Depends on who I'm watching it with. I prefer the sub, but that statement, yes, there are some times where a dub can be, and it can be even better than the sub of that anime. So they can have it.
I think I'm trying to think of one where like the dub is better, and I'm pretty sure like Kaneki's like speech and scream in like season 1, the dub was just fantastic. Like his scream and everything, that voice actor went hard on that shit.
I actually really liked the dub of that anime.
So all right, that's my hot takes. I mean, there's a few we already talked about before, so I wanted to just get some new ones out there. Shortly, I think we're on episode 8 in the season. Episode 9, 7, 8. Yeah. So 11's about to come out with 8. Well, they're not about to come out with 8, but they're gonna be Yeah. So, we're going to be doing, make sure you guys check out David's manga corners. He's been doing really great job on there, putting in hashtag time in for the manga corners. Go watch those. If you don't like reading reading manga and you like Rising of the Shield Hero, he's doing a whole Rising of the Shield Hero reading for you, so you could like get in your car, put the podcast on, just listen to Rising of the Shield Hero as you're going to work or you're going wherever. So check out the manga corners. We're intermittently putting those in between our episodes. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Comment down below. Let us know some of your hot takes. You got hot takes, put them down below. Put some of the hot takes down below. If you're gonna say Naruto's trash, just don't. If you're gonna say One Piece is trash, then maybe, you know.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Get
We like all the
if y'all
comments.
want to get banned.
All the time. We don't even have 200 subscribers. We'll still ban you. We appreciate it, everybody. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.
Peace.